Yo, welcome back to the channel, man. My name is Cohen. I'm a 20-year-old college student, and today I just kind of wanted to unpack this principle that I've been really into recently, which is you are what you consume. Um, yeah, and so I just kind of wanted to get into that today. We got a mic, man. We got this for the first time, so or one of, we used to have it, but we're reintroducing it today. So you know what I'm saying. Don't mind the hair. It's been a long day. Um, But yeah, man, I just wanted to like kind of get into this and share some short stories and perspective over this. Maybe y'all could get some benefit from this. I don't really know, but I appreciate y'all tuning in. So the principle, you are what you consume, right? Basically, on paper, it's pretty simple. It seems like you are what you eat. You know, you are what you. Obviously, that's true. Your diet, your intake, but I'm talking from a deeper level, right? Obviously, like from the social circumstance, social media, as well as who you're around and how it impacts you and the labels, how people perceive you, all that. Um, so just being like in college as a 20-year-old, uh, there's a lot that happens, right? There's so much crazy. It's a social experiment for real. Like so much is happening. Um, it feels like there's multiple directions you can go down. You just really develop as a person and see how you're gonna like be in the future. So like freshman year obviously was, I'm a sophomore now. The leap from freshman to sophomore year is real, like it is a very real thing. I mean to do a video over that soon. I kind of have talked over the topic in the past, but I want to do an in-depth video over it. Kind of my mindset change over that time from 19 to 20 years old from freshman to sophomore year. But for now, I just kind of want to talk about what a circle is in college and just being young and what it means. So basically last year, I I had like this group of friends. You know, I would go out, do stuff with, party with, maybe smoke, do whatever. Um, and it just kind of like fizzled out. There wasn't much to it. They still party. I don't really party that much anymore. Um, our relationships just kind of like fizzled out because that's all we relied on for, like, that was the only depth, was going to do something like that. There was no like deeper level, deeper meaning to our relationship as friends, as boys. um it was just kind of like, all right, let's go smoke, let's go party, that's it. Um and having those people that I was interacting with a lot, like being my main people, I guess, at the time, made me do those activities more. It pushed me to think I should party more, to regularize it in my head. And that's kind of like the psychology behind it. Was since it was so readily available in my circle, it just seemed like a normal thing to do. When at the same time, I had always had this feeling that I wasn't in the right place to do this. Right, like this is not me. This is not what I do, uh, or whatever. And I also had other friends too that would talk about women in a certain way. They would um just kind of make them like sexualize them, make them trophies, right? Nothing like just kind of dehumanize women as a whole. And now that I've kind of changed, developed, matured over this past like year and a half, I see a lot of that stuff and I recognize it, and I still fall victim to it, obviously, but it's different now because I'm able to separate myself when things get too out of my comfort zone. And I am actively working on this still, but when things don't feel ethically right to me, I'm going to start move I am tending to start to separate myself completely from those people or from that group or from that situation, because nothing good for it can come, or nothing from it, nothing good can come from it. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. Nothing good can come from it because, like, as soon as people start making you feel weird for something you think is right, Like, that's not a good thing at all. You should never feel weird for having morals, for having basic values, for being like a virgin, being whatever you believe in, being, yeah, having certain beliefs. I mean, religion, whatever it may be. You should not care, bro. Like, you should not care what those people think. I know it's really hard. I know people really say that all the time, but you will find your people, bro. I promise you that if you continue to be the person, like, if you put out a vibe, bro, people will come to you. I know I'm kind of getting off track here with the whole you are what you consume thing, but with you are what you like, you attract people to you as well. Like, so on the opposite side of that, like, don't just sit there and be complacent and consume the negative, consume the bad around you. Don't just sit there stuck in a friend group and keep consuming the bad stuff they're putting out, the bad vibes, the bad sexualization of women, um, the bad habits they have, whatever it may be. Um, go isolate yourself, and it might be lonely, it might be hard, you might be ostracized, you might be labeled, as I was. In some ways, I had people, thinking I was weird maybe from time to time, just being like, yo, what's wrong with you? I have had people talk to me like, what's wrong with you? I'm really just trying to isolate myself and become better. you know, do that and then rebuild. You can be the first in your group. People don't realize that. You can be the first to start something, and then you just need one more person, two more, three more. You will find a community. It will build. Right now, I only have about two friends that I can talk about anything with. I can talk about my dreams and aspirations without feeling stupid. They can tell me the same thing. And I know eventually it's going to build a network. Just right now, it's hard to find that because I'm in a weird setting, um, where it's hard to find people that are trying to, think on this level. I'm not saying that people aren't thinking on a level at this age, because they are, but they're not willing to sacrifice certain things to really commit to it, like I'm trying to do currently. Um, but yeah, I know that's a whole lot of talking, but just keep that in mind. Like, don't worry about the labels. You are what you eat. You are what you consume in the media and social life. Like, of these people, like, it's just a basic human psychological thing. You are going to be like, whatever is around you is going to affect you no matter what. Like, it, whatever. If you have roommates that have alcohol available to you, you'll think about drinking more. That's what's happening to me right now. I have people that drink around me. I think about it more often. I consider it, maybe, versus it was completely removed. I wouldn't even think about it. I wouldn't even think about it because I don't really enjoy alcohol like that. But when you have people talking about it all the time, you consider it. Consider it. So I'll just say, like, as best as you can, you know what's best for you. Remove yourself. Not saying that you can't have fun from time to time if that's what you enjoy, whatever. I'm not gonna take that away from you, but be around good people, man. Like, be around good people. You know what a good person is. You feel it. You feel in your heart, you know, who's a good person, who's really not. And I believe we're all inherently good, but some people, they go down these side tracks where they are actually not in the right mind state to be your friend, and you need to know that too. Like, you can't help everyone. They gotta find it out themselves. You have friends going through bad habits, bad times. Like, you can be a helping hand from them, but not at your own expense. Not right now. You're building yourself. You're gonna end up drowning if you try to save them. And that's also the kind of the final lesson. I know this video is a little more disorganized than I wanted it to be, but that's kind of my final word on it, is that, you might have friends from time to time, or relationships, whatever, um, that you try to save, and you try to make that person like lock in or see something the way you do or change their mind perspective about something, but you don't really know what's going on in their head and you don't know their phase of development. You can't really force that upon them without bringing yourself down. I'm not saying you can't completely do that. Like, you can definitely be a lifeboat to someone, but like, don't sink your own ship trying to save someone else. Like, genuinely, it can be, that is such a hard thing to go through. Just trying to save someone else and sinking your own ship. Because like, you can barely, at times I can barely handle myself, and I know a lot of people can relate to this. At times I can barely keep myself disciplined. How am I supposed to do that for two people? How am I supposed to always do that for two people? From time to time I can help someone out, but if it becomes something that's over relied on, it's like, it's drowning, man. Like, that's really what you got to realize. But yeah, that's my whole spiel about this. But I know I kind of got off topic, but I feel like I got out kind of what I was thinking, kind of a deeper meaning to it, and that you are what you consume, who you hang around. Labels really don't matter. Um, Also, just taking care of yourself and being almost selfish in that way, but it's not being selfish. It's just taking care of yourself and helping. Yeah, so doing that and helping people in that, but not putting it above who you are and who you need to be. Um, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I love doing these videos. They'll only get better. I appreciate your comments, suggestions, everything. And yeah, man, y'all take it easy. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.